How you doing? Nyla, nice to see you. I had to think about your name just then. I was like, don't get it wrong again. Don't get it wrong. How you're doing? I hope you're doing well after our 5 minute break. So, we are going to study, hopefully for around, we'll give it half an hour, 40 minutes. Did I get it wrong again? Oh, no. Did I? Oh, no. I'm overthinking it now. You've stressed me now. You've thrown me off my rhythm, man. What is wrong with you? You did get it wrong. Najla. 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 Right. Najla. No, shut up. Excuse me. Najla. 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 Sorry. Sorry. And I was thinking, and this is the thing, when you think, I'm not going to get it wrong, you get it wrong. Never mind. Good thing I am better at drawing than I am at pronouncing names. I will not be doing any name pronouncing live streams. No way. I struggle. Najla. So, Najla. Excuse me. Right. Anyway, I digress, as I do. So here you go. We've got some examples here. We're going to talk about shading. Shading, right? So, as you guys saw, guys and girls, you saw I was doing this image here. I was drawing this image here. And we've got some pretty cool shading, right? However, let me just zoom in. I always get this wrong because then I forget to move the camera back. So, as you can see, we've got some pretty cool shading, and we've also got some hatching as well, right? So we're probably going to talk a bit about both. We're going to talk about hatching and shading because we've got here a combination of the two, right? As you can see, this is quite complex. There's a lot of moving parts and there's still things that I'm not 100% happy with, but as a whole, I'm quite happy with it. And as you can see underneath here, I've got two examples of some artwork I did quite a while ago. So sometimes I feel a bit, there's too many mistakes on them. Like here we've got my version of the Black Panther. This is my version of him, not the wet one that we see on the TV, or not TV, on the in the cinema. So my version would be a little bit more hardcore. And then I've got also another example of Deadpool, also with shading and hatching. So let's get into it. I hope you've all got a pen and paper, or pencil and paper, and we're going to get into shading. One thing you have to understand, I should have had this organized before, however, this was quite spontaneous. You have to understand there are different types of pencil for different types of things. So I'm just going to grab a random selection and hopefully I can put them all together in line. Right. So you've got your B's and you've got your H's. There's one B. Hold on a minute. Just quickly. I'm not sure if I've got a full selection here, so we might have to skip a few because I'm not got a full selection. I don't use very soft pencils, or very well. I do use soft ones, but not very hard pencils. Right. So we've got. Let me put these in chronological order. 7. So I've got B. So B's are they start to get softer, right? When you have a H, that's when it's harder. So HB is harder than a 2B, right? And then I should have a 1B in between there, which I do, luckily. Just found it there. So I've got HB, 1B. This one is a 4H, so it's really hard. This one is a 3H, supposedly a little bit softer than the 4H. However, these nuances are hard to pick up because they are quite close together. 7B we've got there. And then we've got, what's that? 6B I've got again. I've got a lot of repeats. I've got an 8. That's a 7 again. I don't know why I've got the same one. I've 5 here. And that is pretty much for, as you can see, and this is a 2. I've got a 2 already. So in theory, I should have, let me just reach over here quickly. That's a 5, yeah, okay. Anyway, we won't go into it too much. So we've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It should go all the way down. And then you get to a H, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to demonstrate to you what they actually do and why you need to have them. So let's just push these to the side. Whoops. So if I shade something with a 4H, this should be very, very hard. So hold on. How do you use a white ash pen? I don't even know what that is. I don't know how to use it. Keep up the good. Thank you, Archie. How you doing? Who's here? Nice to see you, mate. Yes, I've got a lot of pencils, but I need to grab. I need a lot of pencils. These are my tools, right? These are my tools. Hello, Gimbom. I said Gimbom. I hope I'm getting that right. So let's go 4H, right? See, when I write, even when I write with it, you can feel it. It's quite hard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and shade with a gradual pressure. Just to illustrate what that is. This is a 4H. So now I'm going to grab the 3H. As you can see, there's not much of a difference. In fact, this actually feels harder for some reason. And it actually looks lighter. So that's the 3H. Then we have the HB. Oh, you can see that big jump, right? So this is the HB. And the reason I've got it so long is for shading like this. I don't shade like that upwards. I shade very slanted. You see that? So I cover a wider area. That's why I do it like that. That's why the pencil tip is really long. Now we've got the B's. We're going into the B zone. So we've got 1B. As you can see, it's starting to get darker. I'm trying to keep the pressure around the same. So that's 1B. Now we're going 2B. 2B or not to be. As you can see, sometimes you think, it's not much difference, right? But this should be, obviously it's a different company. These are different brands. Not sure if they have the same system. So this in fact looks darker than this. But what can I say? Two different brands. Maybe they have different gradings. So now we have 2B. And then we have, unfortunately I haven't got a 3. But I'm going to jump to a 4. Like so. So that is our 4. But you could have a 3. We'll see. And I think the jump between the brands does make a difference. I'm really noticing that with between these two. Now we're sticking to the same brand. We got a 5B. Yeah, they're very much more consistent, I find, with the same brands. So let's go 5B. And somewhere I did have a 6, I think. Yeah. I'm going 6. Different brand, so probably a big jump, not sure. I don't know how they grade these pencils, I must admit. 6B. 7. Not much difference, but that could be down to the fact that I might be pressing a little bit harder, you know. Human error. 7B. And 8. That's the last one that I've got. Like so. So, what have I missed? Let's see what I've missed. Sorry. How do I get the pencil so long? I never sharpen with a pencil sharpener. I always sharpen with a pocket knife. That's how I do it. You have to go to my feed, Popcorn Art. There's a load of tutorials on how to draw hands there. So if you subscribe to my YouTube, you'll find my videos there. They will help you a lot. Guaranteed. So have I missed anything else? No. I've been around, Uzir. I have been around. Trust me. It's you that hasn't been around. Yeah, I think so. I could feel it actually. But you can see the process here because like here, that one I would probably put here. Well, whatever. We don't really need to worry about it. Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah. I only use the knife. Am I allowed to show it? No. Imagine, because I don't know what they're going to flag, you know. So imagine this is my knife. This here. And I simply swipe it like that. Like so. And then that's when I end up with this. And I'm just removing only the lead. Only the wood, from the lead. Like so. You have to be gentle because then you don't want to break the nib, you know. And then never drop your pencils. That is one thing you don't do. Don't drop your pencils. Because then every time you sharpen it, you're just going to pull the lead out because it's broken inside. So never drop pencils. That is one of my pet hates. I'm not really fickle when it comes to many things, but broken pencils are annoying. It bothers you. Nah, your dad's old school, mate. That's the best. They won't flag it. Are you sure? You don't know. They flag everything. Yeah, that's why I just I'll dodge it. I dodge it, right? So, okay. Yes, they're all live. You can check all of these lives on my YouTube channel. I've got a lot of uploading to do this weekend because I have done a few that I haven't uploaded, but they're going to be cool. So, by the time I've uploaded all of these, I will probably have close to 60 videos, but I also have to quickly edit a thumbnail and so on. So it depends on your art style, right? So this is a 3H. You have to press quite hard with it, right? See that? You can hardly see it, right? You can hardly see that. I can see it, but I find it's a lot of effort. You have to push quite hard with it. The standard is a HB, right? The standard pencil is a HB. What's that one? Oh, that's the free H, never mind. So the standard would be a HB. It's a medium level pencil, good colours, good shade, good shade, and not too dark. And some people use a 2B. And as you can see, there's not a huge difference. I prefer to use like the HB or the 2B, because I find that the actual 3B, 1B are very hard, and you have to press a little bit hard. And then when I'm erasing, I find that you can take these lines out very easily. This one also, but you have to press harder to see it. That's what I avoid. I avoid those ones. Oh, that is a compliment if I've ever heard one. Thank you for that, Rose. Thank you. Me just rambling on in the background. So what I would suggest you do, grab a pencil, look at the grades that they have, and experiment yourself. See which one feels better for you. You know, which one feels better. And this is also a really good way to practice things like circles or whatever you're doing. See, like that? That's a lovely 2B. I like that one. Exactly. We're going to get into the shading part now. That's what we're going to get into. However, we're not going to jump the gun. First of all, because of the images that I showed you, this is another old one. I've got a combination of hatch and... Oh, where's he gone? No, I'm going to take the bad boy out. We've got a combination of hatch and shading, right? So, let's do that now. So here we've got shading. Now we're going to do hatch. So, draw vertical lines like so. You can draw horizontal lines like so. Oops, a bit wonky today. Now we're going to draw diagonals. Opposite direction. And as you can see, these lines here are a bit off because I'm not accustomed to drawing straight lines like that. If I want to draw horizontal lines, I would flip the paper and then I would go like this. You see that? That's why these lines are off, because I don't draw lines like that. If I want horizontal lines, I turn the paper. Little tip. These ones are okay, these ones are okay. So now, what we're going to do is we're going to combine horizontal and vertical for one way of hatching. I'm going to flip it because it's easier for my wrist motion. So now we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to combine them. Can I draw you? I don't know what you look like, mate. If you look like, I don't know, this guy, then I can draw you. Or if you look like Deadpool, I can draw you. Or if you look like Black Panther, I can definitely draw you. But if you look like a real human being, I don't think I can draw you. Sorry. Because I only draw characters. So here we have, let's not digress, a combination of 1 and 2. So what we're going to do is the same again. So I have to flip it so I don't get too wobbly. Oops, sounds a bit weird. Never mind. It's 2, and then we're going to combine it with 3. So we got 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to go, oops, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Is everyone getting that? Hey, good. How you doing, Captain Todd? How are you? I'm good, thank you. Yeah, I suppose I can. No, I don't. I'm not really that interested in AI, if I'm honest. I'd rather see your drawings, your real artwork, than any kind of simulation or AI interpretation of reality or whatever it may be. So, does everybody practice that? If you go to my YouTube, there is a drawing. There's a few on there actually where I do drawings that are just basic lines, just ASMR. There are a couple on there. Hello, I've seen your art and it's amazing. That's interesting. Animal fur. I haven't done one on hair or fur actually. I'm gonna make note of that. But I excuse me. I have to actually study these things as well. I have to take a look. I've never done one on fur, never. So I'll look that up. And hair. I've done one on hair, but I've never really done a good video on it. Yeah, that's interesting. Oh, thank you for the tip. I will take that on at some point. So now we're starting to get a little bit of an understanding as to how and what we can work with. You have to look at these as tools, all right? And you have to know when to use whatever tool you wish. Say, for example, if we have our circles and we combine them with our hatch lines like this, you have to start to think about what effect does that have on that actual object. Yeah? No, I didn't finish her yet, no. You're welcome, Bay Harbour, no problem. You have to think about that. So let's do the same here. However, as opposed to filling the whole circle with these vertical lines, we are going to go longer and then gradually shorter. What have I now done to this sphere here? Oh, did someone join? One of my students? Who's in the house? Who's in the house that I've missed? Depends on how fast you're satisfied. Oops. Okay. If I missed one of my students, I apologize. Please say hello again. What did I just do to that sphere here? I need this. I'm happy for you. You teach professionally? Yes, I suppose so. I'm a teacher. Show shading. Not miss. I don't know what the point is there. Show shading. Well, yeah, it's showing shading. Yes. So now this circle has become a sphere because it looks like we've made it have some shading. Okay, cool. Good to hear, fellow artists. A cool old man in 30 seconds. No, I can't do that. So we're going to stick to the script. So now you have to know how to work with your shading. So if I do the same, I'm going to just use simple vertical lines here and add a second one here. You can see that we've now got a band of color. Dementia? I don't know what you mean there. I'm sorry. So what we can also do is we can do the same again. Vertical lines, not all the way up. And then we can also add some horizontal lines. No, you have to, dimensions. Am I going to go over this again? No. You can watch this on YouTube. Join my YouTube channel, you can watch it there. No, we're sticking to the theme. I'm only doing, if you go to my feed, you can find on my Art Walker YouTube channel, Art Walker back drawing technique. That you can find 100%. So I don't want to be constantly distracted with other questions. Thank you, Nix. See, so now we've got, you could call it a ball bearing here. And we've only added straight lines to that spherical object. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? You see, so that's how you use hatching, right? You have to use it strategically. There you go. This is what I mean. This is hatching. This is the skill behind hatching, right? However, this here, you could almost say it looks like a drain, right? So let's hatch it, but as opposed to having straight lines, we're going to add curved lines. See? We've got a marble effect again, but with curved lines. There you go. Drop the pen. No, I'm not going to drop the pen because I'll break the lead. You see, that's what you have to kind of play with. I've got a question. Exactly. It's like a football and you have the lines on the football. Lay the pen carefully. Yeah, exactly. Lay the pen. Yeah, that's what I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that instead. So there you go. So now we've incorporated a little bit of hatching. So now let's combine the two. Because then this is when it starts to get a little bit more complicated. If we have one, I need to save paper because I'm going through paper like a, I don't know, toilet manufacturer. So 2, all right? So we got 2 spheres. What is this area here displaying before we go on? What am I displaying here and here? And here, for that matter. Light. Bang. Brilliant, right? So that's something you can do. Just remember that is our light source is coming from here. So it's shining on this surface, shining on that surface, all right? So we're going to do the same. Imagine the light source has moved a bit back. Well, we've got a second one. So now what I'm going to do is this is a 2B. To be or not to be. So I've got a 2B here. I'm arcing the hatching, right? I'm going to get a HB, which is harder. You can just see that slight band. You can just see there's a little difference there. And then I'm going to get my, where is it? 3H here. And then, why not indeed? What was that one? What was that 3B? Did I? No, 2B, was it? Can't remember. Can't remember. Was it a 3B I used? I can't remember. Yeah, I'm a bit of a rebel, you see. I'm a bit of a rebel. So I'm going to add a little bit of shade in here. You see, there you go. I'm such a rebel. I don't do all that Inktober or whatever it's called. I just do my style. Gangnam style. No, it's not Gangnam style. I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway, don't listen to me all the time. So look here, we've got hatching, shading, 4B, 3B, I think. Was it? I don't think it was 3B. I think that was 2B. That was HB. And that was 3H. Lay the pen. Lay the pen carefully. How you doing, Wandering Magician? I just do what I want to do. I can't be bothered with these. I said that to someone today. You know, I appreciate these cool things that people can do and these movements, but I just do what I want. Can't be bothered. I'm always using the pen. I've done enough for pen. I nearly said pentober. I've just made up another word. Oh dear. Is that whiskey or beer? You see the glass? You see that glass? See that? You see that? Anyone recognize that glass? Exactly. We're going to do that now. That's Brixton. That's where I was from. In London, Brixton. So now let's get back into the shading. So let's grab this. We've got this HB here, right? And I'm going to, I know, in fact, that might break if I do it with that one. It might break. I tend to tip my pencils like that for shading, right? Because this is a direct line. See that? That's a direct line. But here you get a broadened stroke. If I go like this, it's quite direct. Unless, like I've seen people do, they flatten the tip of the pencil with a little bit of sandpaper. But I like to flatten it. You see that? I've got a broad stroke. See that? So I press harder here and then gradually lift off. See that? Flat, broad, then we've got a gradient. Elastic rubber, I've never done it. Not sure what you mean by that. So I'm going to do the same with the 2B. I'm tipping the pen saw because I'm always using the pen. Pressure, pressure, pressure. Gradually releasing the pressure. And then we've got that gradient. Do the same with, I think I had a 3B here. I don't have to do, I won't do the whole lot. But this is the 3B. Pressure. And then gradually trying to lift off. Like so. Let's just jump to the 6. I need to be in the right position. Gradually lifting off. As you can see, it's getting gradually darker. One thing you have to recognize as well, the surface you have underneath, you're going to get some texture from that. See, that's why I've got this texture here. You can see there's some texture there. So if you're shading, find a surface that is as smooth as possible. Yeah, well, if I shade, I was shading today, but I usually cover the artwork. If this was my artwork and I've got some cool details here and I want to shade here, I would cover it with a sheet. Some people have gloves. I cover it with a sheet and that protects my artwork. And that is a smooth transition now because I've added now shading with hatching here. Ah, is it one of these? I'm not sure what one you mean. Is it one of these? That's a smudge pencil. Yeah, that's a smudge pencil. These are really good. But when you're low budget like me, you just use toilet paper. You just use toilet paper. It works as well. But you put it on your finger and you can smudge really well with that. You don't have to have one of these fancy pencils. I hardly ever use it actually. But that you can use to smudge like that. See? That's a smudge tool. And you can use that on wider areas like this. And that just takes out, you see those lines? I might even do it here. If I do it here now, you can see a little bit of a grain, right? But you use this smudge tool here and it just makes everything a little bit more gradual. It doesn't add any color. It just blends it. It blends the colors. I say colors, but they're not colors. It blends the shades of grey. Never use a blending stamp. I hardly ever use this. Sometimes I use a piece of tissue paper and I smudge it. I haven't got anything with me to show you, but literally I put my fingertip, I cover it with toilet tissue and I smudge it. Can I use colours? Yes, I can, but I don't use them. Yes, they get blended nicely. It blends the lines nicely. There you go. Cotton buds work as well, 100%. And that's why I like to use basic tools so people don't think, oh, well, he's using some fancy pen, that's why I can't do it. No, it doesn't work like that. Anyone can do it, but it's just a matter of getting down and dirty and doing it like so. So now the last part of this tutorial is, you saw I am this guy, this handsome fellow. He is a combination of hatching and shading, right? Just like we've got here, we've got a combination of hatching and shading. You can combine the two. So when you add your shading, it softens your hatch. It complements your hatch. Gives it that little bit more of a blend. You see what I mean? So that's what you have to bear in mind. Will this class be available? Yes, it will be. It will be on my YouTube. I will try and do it tomorrow. I'll probably not post anything tonight. I'll probably have a little bit of a rest today. Mish and pencils. Not 100%, because you can actually hatch to make somewhere darker, like we've done it here, right? Here we've got kind of shade, so let's make it darker with just hatch. Just hatch, right? So we're going only hatch, and we want it to look darker, because that could be your style. That could be what you want. And what you could do, you can use your rubber and you can rub areas out. Look, we've just made that darker. Or we could we can smudge it to make it darker. Just doing that really quickly. So now we've got it darker. But then you can combine the two. And this is something you have to experiment with, right? Just experiment with drawing basic objects. Like now, I'm going to encourage you not to draw lines like this. Try and follow the contours of the shape. Follow the contours of the shape. Now we've got our spherical object. And then try to hatch it in the opposite direction. And then if you wish, you practice and you try to blend it with your Q-tip or your smudge pencil, smudge pencil, or smudge stick, I've heard them called as well. So, because it's not actually a pencil, is it? So that's not right. And then you blend it together like that. And then what I might do is I might just take out a little bit of my hatch here to tidy it all up. But that's something you have to experiment with. You're welcome. You're welcome. So that's basically it. Obviously, when you start drawing bodies, it's a totally different ball game. It's a totally different ball game because you've got multiple light sources or a universal light, and then you've got multiple areas where the light is going to be hitting the veins, for example. The muscles. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated, but we have to start somewhere. In the same way, if I hatch, this arm is not correct because the actual forearm is too short, but I'll show you anyway. This is the same. I'm doing this for Inktober, by the way. I'm doing this for Inktober. In the same way, this hatch here displays where the shaded areas are. Oh, and one tip before I forget, excuse me, when you're hatching, especially with the pen, try not to press harder. Just add more layers of hatch. Let me do it actually with the pencil. Let me see if just quickly do it here. See what I've done there? The spacing is wider. And then every time I've made it gradually get closer, and then it gradually gets darker. Exactly, more lines. So that is another little trick you can use. Just adding more lines. And then you can, you have to work out what's going to work for you. If I'm doing this for Inktober again, is it Inktober? Yeah, same here. If I've got this sketch here, what I like to do is I like to think of my hatching in levels. So let's call this level 1. So this is level 1 hatching like this, roughly that distance apart. What I like to do is say, right, so where is my level 2? I shouldn't have done that because it's red, but that would be my level 2, where I want it to be darker. I'm not pressing harder, I'm just adding more lines. Here, I want this to be level 2. Just adding more lines. Here, I want it to be level 2, just adding more lines. And then you get that effect where the subject has a darker shade. Ready, Kim? Drop the pen. Voila. That was my hatch and line drawing tutorial. If you, I didn't say, I don't even think I said it once. If you like what you see, please hit the like button. And if you're not following and you sat through that 47 minutes of me rambling on, maybe you should think about following. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube, maybe you should think about subscribing to my YouTube. Because I'm offering you all this for free. Ah, a few have followed. That's nice. I like that. I appreciate that. Any last questions? I will do another 5 minutes. And then I have to go because it's time for me to switch off a little bit. And someone did recommend that I should watch something. Where did I write that down? No, maybe not. Don't make me remember pros versus noob. Ah, yeah, I remember that statement. Did you go to art school? No, I wanted to, but they didn't let me in. As V would probably laugh and remember what did I say, V, the last time? I haven't got sandals on and dirty dreadlocks. Oops, I shouldn't say that. Because some people have got clean dreadlocks. But maybe I wasn't good enough. How did you learn? Dirty feet. No, it was dirty feet. Yeah. You know what I mean. You know what some of these art students look like. I'm teasing. Don't take what I just said seriously. I don't think that. I'm just jealous because I didn't get into art college. That's basically what it is. Not scruffy enough. There you go. So, no other questions. So I can leave you guys and girls to have a lovely weekend. I will not be going live today again. That's it. I'm done. No. I teach children how to draw under the age of 16. Under the age of 16, I teach, and it's going well. It's going really well. I've got a nice bunch of people around me. I've got a nice set. They're good, and I taught some younger ones as well, and that is pretty cool because they keep telling me to come back. And unfortunately, the art teacher that they've got is a bit rubbish because they learned from me. So they're like, no, we don't want to do it. This is boring. And he's like cutting out paper, giraffes and stuff like that. But with me, that we were drawing manga and anime eyes. So it's really cool because they're like, please come back, because we were really doing some cool stuff with you. Never mind. Do you only do drawings or? I used to paint actually. I used to paint. I used to do oil paintings, and yeah, that was really good. I used to sell them as well. I think maybe when I retire, I will start painting again. I will use oils, and I will start painting again. Definitely. Yeah, and the students, the work that they come up with is testament to how good they are and how good a teacher I am, because yeah, they can learn some cool stuff, and for people to be able to realize their own ideas, that's a gift in itself. And that's why people want to draw, because so they can it's like me wanting to draw something. The reason why I want to draw is so I can draw, I don't know, let's say an arm like this. Wow, that's cool. It's like I want to draw Black Panther. It's just me wanting to put my ideas on paper and display them in the best possible way. That is pretty cool. So there you go. I'm also drawing right now. Good. I'm happy to hear that. And I hope when I leave, you'll continue drawing as well. You should definitely paint. I love the paint. Yeah, I will paint. Do you want to see one of my my favourite painting? Shall I grab it quickly? Thank you, friend. You are a friend. Oh, bless. Which number should I use? For sketches, I would go between HB and 2B. Yeah. I'll go and grab my skinny chala. What? I don't know what that means. 5. I haven't drawn any animals. Have you? Many different shades. You don't have to have so many. I think if you have 2B, skip a few, HB, 2B, and maybe 7. That would be it. Yeah, all right, let me go and grab it. I'll go and grab my painting, my favourite one. Hold on a minute. Have you done it? Manga, yes, but not comics. Oops, what am I doing? That's not even in the way. What? I'm going to have to show it here. I'm nearly finished, not yet. So, back again. Can you see? No. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll have to. Can you see? How am I going to do this? Oh, hold on. Let's do it. You're going to see my crappy old wall here. Can you? How am I going to do this? Because I've got a cable on my hold on. I've got an idea. I've got a cable on my phone, so I can't take the phone away. Oops, I'm pulling my computer. There you go. I think you can see most of it. Yeah, I think you can see most of it. I can't pull it back anymore because my computer's going to fly off the table. Just go a little bit back. So, yeah, there you go. Can anyone see what I've got hidden in there? I should put this at the back, actually. I should put that on my... So. Yes, that was a woman there. Yeah, there's a woman in the background. You can just see it behind me there. And that image is called, I actually called it Mother Earth, actually, if you can see it. And she's in the earth. You see, and she's like kind of raising out of the earth. And I used to like painting like this a lot. And I did that in 96. In 96. Lovely painting. Lovely. So I don't just draw I don't just draw the big superhero macho rubbish. I like gentle things. I do. I like to draw elegant females, and I like to draw ultra masculine and ultra elegant and bit of yin and yang. So hold on. Yes, it's a woman in the stand. Yes, exactly. But she's like, I called the image Mother Earth because I do believe in that. Mother, I am a guy. I'm Earth guy, if you know what I mean. V, mate, you got this. Oh, that's nice vision tones. That's very nice. Not yet. Give me another 6 months. Give me another 6 months. Yeah, it's called Mother Earth, and I like that. I like that. No, really? Hold on. Was it 96? No, it's 2006. 2006. So yeah, excuse me. 10 years. No. 2000. Excuse me. 2006. Sorry. 2006. Because I put 06. Yeah. It's true. It's only 2000, is it? Sorry about that. Happy Friday, cartoonist. Happy Friday. Do you do digital? Just physical. I just do physical. Thank you, Daniel. Anna, I have never seen that. I have never watched an Avatar movie. And you know what? I'm going to write that down. And I'm going to watch one today. Avatar. I'm going to watch it today. I've never watched one. So I've got something to watch. Oh, thank you. I don't know your name. I could see you got number 3 and many symbols. I'm just going to call you 3 symbol guy. I am going to be working on them. I'm looking, as I said, I am literally now taking my art seriously. Only now. And I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but I'm pretty old. It is practically, yes. Yes, it is actually. Ah, interesting, Anna. I will be watching it. I've written it down and I will watch it this evening. There you go. I'll probably get inspired. What did we? Najla. I'll get it right one day. Najla. I got it, Najla. Took me 10 minutes. No, I wish. Early thought. Oh, mate. Early 40s. Wow. Jesus. No way. I am well old, mate. I'll tell you, it's terrible. What's your favourite thing to draw? Women. Cadwell's, Cadwell, nice to see I got your follow. And horses. I like to draw horses. I don't draw. Men are boring. Men are boring. I prefer to draw females. In a museum, no, but I've designed T-shirts. I've got artwork on posters and stuff like that. Yeah. Women riding horses. You nailed it. You've nailed it. That's what I'm going to do. My favourite element ever. But my favourite animal is an otter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw, or I'm going to paint a woman riding a horse, and she's got a baby otter on her shoulder or something. Brilliant. Jimbo, how you doing, mate? Ah, well, there you go. You see? There you go. I baby otters. I love them. I love baby otters. They're the best ever. The little noises that they make, their little nose and their face. I love otters. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know where my artwork's going to lead. Well, when you see when I started this whole thing, I didn't know what to call myself, right? Because I didn't want to call myself, I don't know, anime, whatever. And I was really like, what am I going to call myself? Because I didn't want to do any one type of artwork. I really don't want to do that. I want to be flipping between, I don't know, Marvel, and then I want to flip between anime, and then I want to flip between, I don't know, ASMR, and then Bernie writes, and I want to go into anatomy. I want to be on many parades. I don't want to be stuck, So for me, that was important, that I didn't get stuck in any one type of artwork. And that's why I just called myself Art Walker. Because I'm going on my journey, my art journey, and obviously I'm walking through my art journey. Oh, the Conan ones. Oh, Lord. They're not very good. If I'm honest, they're not very good. They're probably in here somewhere. Oh, yeah, that's one of them. Maybe the other one's underneath it. Oh, yeah, it's lucky for me, they're both together. And I might even finish these off, actually. Unfortunately not. I don't use much colour. What should be on a t-shirt? This guy here. I might finish him off actually. Whoops. You get what I mean. You get what I mean. I might finish this drawing off. That's the Frazetta style, over masculine. And then I did this one. Also that kind of style with the moon and stuff like that. But I might actually do this on A3. So I've got a bit more of a border. But these are just on the most rubbish paper. This one is not too bad. But these are not the finished sketches. I'll do these properly again. So there you go. Thank you, Philly. Perspective. Yeah, I'll have to do that another time. Not today. I was promising to do a perspective live stream and I haven't done it. But it's just the way it is. Yes, I have. I've drawn a lot of arcane, cyberpunk. What else have I done? And I make up my own characters as well. Never seen Teen Titans. I don't watch anime if I'm honest. Hey, there you go. You're learning. Akainu, long time no see. There you go. Anderson Silva's signing off now. I notice you like my cable drawing. I do check you guys out. I'm a bit nosy. And I do like to say hello and say, well done, well done, well done. DC. Oh, no. Oh no, DC. I don't look like DC. Come on. Please. Nah, not really. 50-50. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see when I've got more time. You're welcome. I'm going to say goodbye to you all. You guys can argue on my Discord and check my videos out on YouTube. Thank you for your support and thank you very much for your kind gifts. Ella Arts or anyone else that is involved in art, if you want to possibly do a live stream with me, I will be quite happy that we can coordinate something. Just let me know and we will see. So I'm going to write Ella Arts because you're doing art. I don't know what everybody else does, right? So this is the reason why I'm singling Ella Art out or Arts out. And we will catch up very soon, possibly tomorrow. Have a good Friday. Enjoy your evening. I will be finding Avatar and taking a look at that this evening myself. Verrückter Motor. Jetzt bist du ein bisschen spät, leider. Aber ich werde es auf YouTube hochladen. Take care. See ya.